Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel. Today, join me as I drive from Texas to California, passing through New Mexico. We're actually in New Mexico right now. That is going to be Arizona and then California. This drive is going to be 700 miles long, so I have a lot of time to kill and things to talk about. So today I'll give you the 5 reasons why I believe that our 2003 Lexus GS300 is better than our 2024 Genesis GV70. Well, the GV70 is very modern and stylish and nice. It has given me a few problems in the last couple of months. It has 17,000 miles right now, and I still opted to drive this clunk that has over 100,000 miles for this 4-day road trip from Texas to California and back. And some of you may think this is an unfair and maybe an absurd comparison, but think about the fact that both vehicles are mine. So I'm making a comparison in regards to a personal sentiment in the overall experience with both vehicles and how I feel about my return on investment. And this is something that I've noticed as of late. These older vehicles like my Acura TSX that I just sold, and this one, not to mention my BMW, they have been a great experience for the money. So I tend to be more grateful for what these older cars have been to me. Reason number 1, reliability. These GS300s have been so reliable to me. For the first almost 12,000 miles, it has 103,000. I bought it with 91,000 miles about 6 months ago, and just regular oil changes keep it running smooth without any issues. And lately I noticed that it's been leaking a little bit of oil, but nothing of pressing matter that I need to address immediately. On the other hand, my Genesis GV70 has already given me 2 unscheduled visits to the dealership for issues related to the fuel injection system, and I decided to drive this one for reasons that I explain a little bit more later. Reliability is key, and the GS300 wins in this regard. Think about it for a moment. I mean, the Genesis offers complimentary services in case you break down, like roadside assistance, free rentals. Maybe they'll pay for my hotel stay in case I get stranded, and I still decided to drive this car. And reason number 2, build quality, very related to reliability, right? The GS300 has a build quality that is super high. Even after all these years, the interior looks just like brand new and everything is in working order. And likewise, I mean, I have no complaints in that department with the GV70. It shows very good craftsmanship, and I just don't see any red flags or any shortcuts in the build standard without any quality control issues that detract from the overall experience so far in about 13 months of ownership. Reason number 3, the driving experience. The GS300 offers a very smooth and enjoyable driving experience with a very well balanced handling and comfortable ride. It has a new suspension that I installed almost right after I bought it, and the seats are very soft and comfortable, perfect for me and my doggies, and for my wife when she joins me in these long drives. Lexus in general is a very conservative brand, so all of their models, regardless of the segment, they usually land in the middle, so there's nothing too extreme about this car. In its stock form, this is just a nice cruiser that likes to gobble miles. The GV70, well, it's very modern. In the back of my head, I'm always waiting for another check engine light to pop up, and I feel thankful when I see no warning lights on the cluster. That definitely takes away from the driving experience. Reason number 4, depreciation. I mean, this car has held its value really well over the past 20 years, partly due to the reputation and reliability that is associated with Toyota products. Sometimes I get hate comments from viewers that say, hey, that's just a rebadged Toyota, like that's a bad thing. I mean, this car wasn't sold in the US as Toyota, so this is what we get, right? I paid $7,500 for this fine example of a Lexus from probably the most reliable era of Toyota and Lexus. I'm happy to announce that I'm the proud owner of a 2003 Lexus GS300. And I put 12,000 miles in only 6 months, and depreciation is not even a concern. The cost per mile of this vehicle is so low that even with minor repairs, like I just noticed that small leak that I told you about, it's going to send me back, what, maybe $600, $800, and I gladly pay for those repairs knowing that this car is paid for already and won't depreciate much more regardless of how many miles I put in it. And in contrast, the GV70, we know that new cars depreciate a lot in the first couple of years. And that was not an initial concern with the Genesis because I planned to keep it for a very long time. But because of the recent issues that I've had with it, I know that I'm not going to keep that car for long. And I know that it's going to cost me, right? So my cost per mile on that vehicle is going to be like the typical new vehicle that I keep for 2-3 years. It's about at $1 per mile. This is more like 25 cents on the dollar. Reason number 5, simplicity and ease of maintenance. The GS300 is way simpler in terms of technology and features, making it way easier and affordable to maintain. I've had 3 oil changes, and usually means just pay $100 for fully synthetic, wait around for a couple of hours, and go home. No need to make an appointment or anything. And the GV70 does have free maintenance for the first 3 years, so that's pretty cool. But every time I schedule service for it, it takes time making an appointment, and those appointments are usually weeks away. I have to take maybe half of my day at the very least to go to wait for the valet to pick up the car and then drop it off. Not to mention the other 2 unscheduled repairs that put a GV70 out of commission for a combined 11 days, while the Lexus has not missed a day of school since we bought it. And let's not fool ourselves here. I mean, the Genesis offers a very generous initial warranty with free maintenance for the first 3 years and things like free loaners when the GV70 is being serviced. But this perk is subject to availability, and they're always out of loaners at my dealership, and this is the only dealership within 75 miles. And right now I've been dealing with a rental reimbursement from over 2 months ago. I actually have 2 reimbursements to work on. And the first one was for $280, and about 9 weeks later, I'm still waiting for my money back. And when it comes to documenting known issues with both cars, it will be an unfair comparison because whatever the GS300 issues were, they all have been addressed by the first owner, while the GV70 is still working on its issues and they're occurring in real time. And that's with any new vehicle. And I dealt with 1 recall so far for the transmission on the GV70 and the known issues with the fuel injection system that I reported. And other viewers have reported other issues with like the rear differential and like the 3D digital cluster and things like the AC, and maybe some issues with like the trims on the exterior. But I have nothing to report in that regard. And lastly, I cannot believe that you're still here. If I were to make a prediction on how the GV70 will behave as a 20-year-old vehicle 20 years from now, I'm just not sure how cars of today will be 2 decades from today. Technological advancements come with potential challenges. The GV70, just like most modern vehicles, has advanced systems that might require more frequent updates and specialized maintenance. Over time, these systems could become outdated or require costly repairs or just become obsolete altogether. On the other hand, I mean, I'm living it right now. The simpler technology of 20 years ago has proven itself to be more durable and easier to maintain over the past 2 decades. It's very straightforward in design. It has fewer electronic components that have contributed to its long-lasting reliability. And while the GV7 tech may offer more immediate benefits, the long-term durability of the simpler GS300 technology has set a very high bar for future vehicles. So there you have it, the 5 reasons why I believe that our 2003 Lexus GS300 is better than our 2024 Genesis GV70. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Maybe leave me a comment, consider subscribing, activate the notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.